And today I'm gonna show you why I picked this computer parts to build my newest computer, and we start right now.
Pentalosa.com.
Welcome to part 2 of the DeLorean computer video series, and today I'm gonna start with a quick disclaimer. I'm not gonna be showing you how to build a computer, I'm just gonna show you why I picked this specific computer parts to build my newest computer. One of the things I really wanted to clarify is on my previous video, I said that all the other components after the 7 top components don't really matter for most people, and that is not really a true statement. What I really meant by that is, like, I think the first 7 components I mentioned in my first video are very important. The other ones are not as important, although they're important as well when you're building a new computer. Okay, so the first thing I decided is the processor. And because this is not a video editing computer, I picked a processor with 8 cores. In this case, an Intel Core i7-7820X with speeds of 4.3 GHz. It's for an LGA 2066 socket, so I need an LGA 2066 motherboard. An important decision you need to make when picking your processor is the manufacturer. And you basically have 2 choices, Intel or AMD. Most of my professional career, I worked with Intel processors, so therefore I'm gonna go with an Intel processor in my case. AMD processors are a little bit more difficult to install on your motherboard. They have an extra bracket you need to install on the back of your motherboard. So for me, Intel was the best choice. So for your motherboard, you will need an LGA 2066 socket-ready motherboard. In my case, I went with an MSI X299 Gaming Pro Carbon AC motherboard. This particular motherboard comes with 8 banks for expanding your RAM memory and also with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in. Of course, I'm gonna be leaving you links to all these components in the comments below. They are my affiliate links, so feel free to click on those or just search for the names yourself. And for RAM memory, I went with 32 GB of the HyperX Radiator with 24 MHz speeds. Remember, this computer is for everything else but video editing, so I didn't have to get 64 gigs of RAM. My second computer, it's a video editing machine, so I do have 64 gigs for much faster video editing and rendering speeds. For the case, I picked this beauty right here, made by Thermaltake, and the model is level 20 GT. And it's perfect for my motherboard, which is a standard ATX. Now, for my GPU, I picked a card that is not necessarily a gaming card, just because this computer is for everything else but gaming and video editing. So I picked an NVIDIA Quadro P2000 made by PNY. This card comes with 5 GB of RAM and supports up to 4 5K monitors. And as my primary hard drive for my operating system and my main applications, I picked a 2 TB Samsung 970 EVO NVMe PCIe M.2 drive. And to cool my processor and the insides of my case, I've got the Thermaltake Floe Triple Ring 360 TT Premium Edition liquid cooling system. To power this beastie, I've got the Thermaltake Tough Power iRGB Plus 1200 watts power supply, which is a little bit overkill for my system, but I was thinking, hey, maybe it's a good idea to have extra power to expand in the near future. And the cool flashy fan I use on the front of my case for my flux capacitor is a Thermaltake Ring Plus 20 RGB TT Premium Edition. And to capture video straight from my Panasonic GA5, for example, to do my live show, I use a Blackmagic Design Intensity Pro 4K capture and playback card. My mouse of choice for this and my video editing computer is what I consider the best mouse in the world, and that is a Logitech MX Master wireless mouse. My keyboard of choice is what I consider to be pretty much a replica of the Apple keyboard. and that is a GMYLE compact wired USB mini keyboard. And these are all the components I chose to build my DeLorean computer, which I use to do everything else except for video editing and gaming. Well, that was part 2 of this video series on how I built my DeLorean computer, which I use for everything else. And if you did like this video, please give it a like. Your likes really do help my channel so much, and I really do appreciate each one of them. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. And if you want notifications, hit that bell and you will be notified when I'm releasing a new video. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them as soon as possible. Again, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. And until next time, see ya.
Yep. Go. 1.